What's up, my fellow legendaries? Rainquaza here, bringing you a shorter video this time. I've made these incredibly long videos recently. I applaud you guys for watching them, especially if you watch them the whole way through. I really like that. But today, I'm just going to go over cards that I wish would be side decked. This series is probably going to be called something like, why are these cards not side decked? Because they're really good cards. This card's just here because it's representing a point. Okay, so the cards are Prohibition. Activate by declaring one card name. Cards with that name and their effects cannot be used. Cards that are already on the field are not affected. What does this mean? This means that if your opponent has a Grapha that they discard using something like, say, card destruction, and it goes to the graveyard, they can't even use its effect of it going to the graveyard because it says their effects cannot be used. So, Grappa cannot destroy a card on the field by being discarded by card destruction. And you cannot special summon it to the graveyard by returning one Dark World to the hand. This is really important because if Prohibition could be destroyed by when you discard Grappa and be able to be like target Prohibition, destroy it, so now I can special summon it. But they cannot, which makes this a better card in my opinion. What does this also mean? It doesn't just say monsters, so you can stop stuff like Necro Valley. Your opponent goes Necro Valley, you say no Necro Valley. This could be, I'm planning on teching this personally in my Neospatian deck, both of these. Because Prohibition, it just helps me out. It gives me more initiative to do stuff. I can go Prohibition, no Necro Valley. So that you don't have to, so there's no field spell wars. What are frickin' Gravekeepers without Necro Valley? Let's look it up. What are Gravekeepers without their Necro Valley? Grave K. Grave K. There we go. Okay. Gravekeeper Ascendant can't get its effect. Cannon Holder is a really bad card. No one ever uses it. Chief. Commandant can be discarded to search for Necro Valley, but that doesn't mean you can still play it because you still have to get around its Prohibition. And then that's not important at all. Descendant can still use his effect to destroy a card your opponent controls, which makes this not as great. But your opponent's forced to waste resources to stop it. Oh, hang on, guys. Okay, as I was saying, yeah, there is ways they can get past Prohibition, but it's a pretty good card. Let's move into the next one, because I don't want to make this incredibly long. Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. Discard one spell card, negate the activation and the effect of a spell card, and destroy it. Your opponent can activate spell cards with that name for the rest of this duel. What does that mean? Use Seal of Forbidden Spell. You discard a card. I'd probably discard Neospace in my Neospatian deck, just to use an example. Discard my Neospace, because I can get it back by discarding Neospace Pathfinder. Your opponent can't play Necro Valley if you change to Necro Valley, which is even better than Prohibition. Sure, it's a -1 when you play it. You use a card in your hand and this card to stop your opponent's field spell, or whatever card they're playing. Like if they're trying to Mystical Space Typhoon, your Prohibition. If they're they're playing Dark World, you can be Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell, discard a card, no more Mystical Space Typhoon. You could also couple this with Starlight Road. Oh, I forgot R. Wow, Starl? I can't spell today. There we go. Starlight Road. So that when they try to destroy Prohibition by using Heavy Storm, you get out Stardust Dragon. There's not really enough room in most of my decks, but yeah, you can still do that. It's a lot like Nobleman of Crossout, where you destroy a face-down monster, and then banish it instead of sending to the graveyard if it has a flip effect. Yeah, you destroy it, and then it's banished instead of being sent to the graveyard. If it's flick effect monsters, both players banish cards with that same name from both their decks. Now, there's stuff that's better about Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. One, if you're playing Mystical Space Typhoon, you can still play them. It doesn't say you can't, it just says your opponent can't. Also, this card banishes all of them, so your opponent, the other player has any of them left in their deck. Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell leaves them in the deck, so it might be a -1 to play it. But if your opponent runs 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, they now have 2 completely dead draws in their deck. So if they draw a Space Typhoon, it's now completely worthless. It's like you used Riotagarasu and prevent them from drawing a card, pretty much. I mean, they can still discard it for, like, card destruction and stuff, but if you have another one, you can just use it on their card destruction or something. Well, you don't really have to. You can also use it on stuff like Dark Hole just to stop it from going off, so it's sort of like a Dark Bribe. Except you have to discard a card instead of you giving them up a draw. Both cases, it's sort of a -1. I guess people just really like their spell cards. But I've had a lot of times where I have dead spell cards in my hand. So please let me know if you like this video, guys. You know, like the shortness of it and everything. It was much shorter than most of my videos. I probably could have run it on for a lot longer if I wanted to. But yeah, let me know what you think of these 2 cards in the comments down below. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this stuff. Whatever. Peace, YouTube.